Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Favor and I'm a lifestyle content creator living in Manitoba, Canada. If this is your first time here, you're definitely welcome. Please subscribe so you can join our family, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming when I post new videos. In this video, I'll be showing you how I make my Alfredo pasta, and this recipe is my go-to, especially for days when I'm feeling tired or for days where I don't know what to cook, but I want to make something really fancy. Yeah, this is my go-to recipe, so definitely watch to the end to see how I made it. And yeah, I hope you try this out someday. First things first, these are all the ingredients we'll be using. The star of the day has to be the pasta, and for this recipe I used the fettuccine pasta. You can use any pasta of your choice, but I prefer this kind of pasta with this recipe. So yeah, definitely pick whatever pasta you prefer. Next, I have some ginger, garlic and onions, and that's as much as I need for this recipe today. I also have my shrimp that I have cleaned, and then I seasoned it with black pepper, garlic powder and salt. Yeah, that's all I used to season the shrimp. Next, I have the classical Alfredo sauce, and I'm using that because honestly for me I feel like it saves time. You can go ahead to make the sauce by yourself. Every other time that I've made Alfredo pasta, I always make the sauce from the scratch just because why not. But this time around I decided to go the easy way. So if you have the opportunity to buy the already made sauce from the store, go ahead and do that. I also had some garlic powder, black pepper, dried parsley and some salt, as well as butter, because that's what I'm going to be using to cook my shrimp. So yeah, those were the main ingredients that I used for this recipe. If you feel like you want to make the sauce yourself, you would need some parmesan cheese, you would need heavy cream, and you need butter in addition to everything that I've listed. So yeah, it's really easy. So I already went ahead to boil my pasta, and I let it drain, and then now I'm just going to go ahead to cook my shrimp. And once that's done, honestly this recipe is really easy. It's pretty much just combining everything together and you're good to go. So yeah, I decided to grate the ginger and garlic, and then I decided to fry that a little bit, and then I added the shrimp and I cooked everything till it was done. I set the shrimp aside, and then I started heating up the sauce. I had to heat the sauce on low heat for like 3 minutes, and then once that was done, I added my black pepper, I added my parsley, and I added some salt. I didn't add a lot of salt because I had already seasoned the shrimp with salt, right? So yeah, I just let the sauce heat up, and then I added the pasta and then the shrimp, and everything was good to go. And you guys, this meal turned out really nice. It was so yum. I like my food spicy, so I might have added a little more black pepper than some people would. But yeah, honestly, as you cook taste, that's something that I do. As I cook, I try to ensure that everything is tasting the way it should. So yeah, definitely try that out. I would also like to mention that I used two different, will I say, flavors of the sauce that I bought from the store. So the first one was the regular Alfredo, and the second one was the Alfredo and roasted garlic. I just felt garlic would go so well with this recipe, so let's try that. Initially I thought I was going to use just one of the jars, but I ended up using the two, and yeah, honestly it was just the perfect amount. And I used literally all the pasta that you saw on the countertop, right? So just in case you're wondering how much pasta you should use, if you have this two jars of the Alfredo sauce, you pretty much would need all that pasta for this sauce. Again, it really depends on you. If you feel like you want yours to be really creamy, then you might not need as much pasta as I used. But if you want it to look exactly like mine, then definitely use all the pasta, right? Honestly, it depends on you and depends on what you want. A lot of people would use fresh parsley for this, but I don't really like the taste of fresh parsley, so I prefer to use the one that's dry, and that's exactly what I use for this recipe. It's also really good for garnishing, right? So after dishing your food or after plating, you can just sprinkle some parsley on top, and honestly, like, your food will look so good. I'm all about presentation when it comes to food, so yeah, try that out. For people who don't like shrimp, or if you feel like you want something else, like you just don't want to have shrimp, you can substitute your shrimp for chicken breast. The thing is, when it comes to having chicken breast with this, I feel like I would prefer to have my chicken breast on the side with my pasta, not mix. But again, there are people that would actually like dice it or chop it and mix with the pasta. It really depends on you. It also depends on how you might be feeling, right? If you feel like you're in the mood to mix the chicken with the pasta, then by all means do that. If you feel like you want to have it on the side separately, by all means, as long as you're happy and your food tastes good, I feel like that's all that matters. I just thought to mention that because a lot of people make the Alfredo pasta recipe with chicken, but I like shrimp, so yeah, that's my go-to for this recipe. As I always say in my videos, do what works for you and do what makes you happy. So yeah, that's really it for this video. This recipe is so easy, and I feel like it's one of those, recipes that look really fancy, but doesn't, stress you out as much. As far as this recipe is concerned, I feel like what was, the biggest stress for me was actually cleaning the shrimp, right? Because I like to devein my shrimp, and I, personally don't like the, well, I say shells, so I usually peel them off or take them out when cleaning my shrimp. So I feel like that was the most that I had to do that really stressed me out. Yeah, like that was it. And I really enjoyed this. It was really nice. Yeah, if you have any particular recipe you'd like me to make or try out, definitely let me know. I don't know it all, and I, like to try things out sometimes. I actually have another recipe that I just tried out, and it turned out really nice, and that video will be up next. And yeah, just before I go, you can check the description box to see all the ingredients that I use for this recipe, just in case you decide to try this out. Honestly, try it out and let me know how it turned out for you. I'm so excited to know how this worked out. Yeah, I'll see you in my next video, but until then, stay safe and stay blessed. Bye.